Hi everyone, it's Jess. I thought that I would attempt the Sephora $1,000 haul, or is it a tag? I'm not sure about YouTube terminology sometimes, but this is the fantasy Sephora shopping spree, where we imagine that I have stumbled across a free $1,000 just lying around, or a gift card to Sephora, more specifically, because let's face it, if it was cash, I would spend it on something else. But when I first sat down to do this challenge, I realized something, which is that it's difficult for me to get out of a realistic mindset sometimes. So I was trolling through Sephora and I was picking out things that I know that I would love, or things that I had been wanting to try for a really long time, and they felt very practical, and I couldn't get $1,000 worth of products because of that mindset. So when I needed to actually get to that point in order to do this, I almost had to say, this is never going to be reality. This is really just for fun. I'm not actually encouraging this sort of rampant consumerism. It is just this fantasy. Because that's really the way that this needs to work for me. I'm kind of focused on using things up. I'm focused on not buying surplus products that will go to waste right now for me, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a little fun once in a while. So I had a business trip that I needed to go on Monday, and I was able to sit in my quiet hotel room by myself, not talking to anyone, socially distancing, and it gave me an opportunity to really troll through Sephora and find things that were fantastic. And I mean that in a fantasy sort of way, not necessarily like a great way, because a lot of these things I don't have any experience with, and I could read the reviews and decide if I was going to spend the money, but I'm not going to spend the money, so I didn't really want to put in that much time. When I sat down and added stuff into my basket and deleted stuff, because that's sort of my process, even for like real shopping, it's throw everything in a cart, weed it down, throw some other stuff in a cart, delete some more stuff. I ended up with a cart that is valued at exactly $1,000. Now, in reality, there's taxes and, well, there shouldn't be shipping at that price, but there's taxes. So we're going to assume that in this magical world, taxes don't exist. So I'm going to go through the 13 products that are in the cart that make up my $1,000 fantasy Sephora purchase. Some of these I know that I will like because I've used them before, and I might be buying them on bigger scales. Others are just, they sounded cool. So hopefully you enjoy it. I do have coming up within the next couple weeks possibly some other content, because I'm reigniting one of my old hobbies. Keep in mind, I have a lot of hobbies already, but this is one that I'm kind of excited about, and I have YouTube to thank for kind of getting me thinking about it again. So these are in no particular order in my cart, and I can't really show them to you because I don't know how to do that, but I will list them down below in the description box. Again, this is just for fun. Please don't feel like you need to go out and buy stuff. You know, times can be tough for people, and I just want to have a moment of frivolity. So, with that said, the first product in my cart is something that I know I love. I have used a smaller bottle of this completely up. If I had the extra money lying around, I would just fragrance my entire house with this. So it's the, and I'm gonna butcher it because pronunciations is something I sometimes struggle with. The Atelier Cologne Vanille Insensee Cologne Absolute Pure Perfume. This smells like warm vanilla and dry, dusty books. It is amazing, and I do love it, and I will probably purchase it again at some point. In my cart, I have the 3.3 ounce or 100 ml bottle, which is $140. So it's not cheap, but I can smell it. I can smell it now just sitting here, even without it being here. The next is Amika Soulfood Nourishing Hair Mask. And that's the 8 ounce size. I have used a little bit of this. So my sister had one of the small travel size tubes, and I did really like it. We were down in Florida, and it made my hair feel quite moisturized without weighing it down. And that's something that, since I have such fine hair, is that I really appreciated that. So I would give that tub a full-size try. The next is a product that I have used a full-size bottle of before. I think I've actually done it twice. And I might possibly do again, although I think that there's a cheaper alternative. So this is the AmorePacific Enzyme Exfoliating Powder Cleanser. So it's a dry powder that you rub between your hands with a little bit of water and turns into a really nice foam. It's supposed to have an enzyme in it that helps break up dirt and sort of built up skin cells. The things I liked about it was fairly gentle on my skin. It smelled great. The thing that I don't like about it is the price, but if we have magical money, that's okay. My sister has the Good Molecules Pineapple Enzyme Cleanser, and I think that that's a really good budget-friendly version of this. So if I was in the market for another cleanser of that variety, I would actually probably go with that in reality. But in magical money land, this is my go-to. The next product in my basket is also from AmorePacific. That is their Vintage Single Extract Essence. I have no idea what this stuff is supposed to do, but it comes in a fancy bottle. It looks like wine. It sounds like wine. I would imagine that it has antioxidant properties. It's an essence, so it feels like something that I could splash on and really just, it'd be easy to use. But it's $145. Is it worth it? No. So that's, I think oh no, it's not it for skincare. We'll come back to skincare. We're going to move on to makeup. So one of the things I've struggled with in real life is that I like the idea of foundation, but in reality, I have yet to find one that I really like. They tend to be too high coverage for me. So even though I don't really like some things about my skin, so I'll get redness, I'll get breakouts, I don't like a high coverage foundation because it feels, it just doesn't feel right to me. Like, I want to be able to still see some semblance of me underneath makeup. So the next product that I have is from Hourglass. It's the Illusion Hyaluronic Skin Tint. This sounded like a super fancy tinted moisturizer, which is something that I could possibly get behind instead of a foundation. Next is makeup as well. It is the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership 8 Artistry Eyeshadow Palette Divine Rose 2 collection. So I know that I've watched enough videos about Pat McGrath Labs eyeshadows to know that they're kind of hit and miss. And some people that I really trust, so Kat and Haley from Beauty News, have done enough reviews that I am pretty sure that they're not worth the superior price that they're charging for this. But some of the colors are beautiful. They're rose, and they've got a really cool like duochrome shade, and I'm a sucker for duochromes. So I figured, again, throw it in the cart. Next is more skincare. I actually surprisingly have a lot of skincare. I guess it's a way that I can pamper myself and feel special even if I'm not necessarily wearing makeup on a daily basis. And this one's extra, I don't know if this cheats or breaks the rules, but it is the Tatcha Bestsellers Set. So I've sampled some of the Tatcha products, and I think I've had like a mini of one of their products before. And I know that people love them, and there's kind of a cult following around them. And I've listened to the founder on JVN's podcast, and I want to like the products, but at this point, I still am kind of on the fence about them. So if I have extra money, bestseller kits seem like a good way of giving multiple products throughout a range a day in court, a chance for me to try them out without having to invest in a full-size product. And the reason that I like that is because if I don't like something, then I'm either going to have to force myself to work through it, and then I'm going to be resentful, or I'm either going to have to give it to someone or throw it away. And giving it to someone's great if you have people within your life who will accept products. But at some point, people are going to be like, I don't want your stuff. Like, quit giving me things. And then that's just wasteful. So the idea of, even in a fantasy world, getting this extra kit really appealed to me. So that's what we're doing. Next is the Youth to the People Superberry Hydrate and Glow Oil. I've used face oils before. I really like them, especially in winter. I've heard good things about this product. It's got, you know, the Sephora clean check on it. It seems like it's great. Threw it in there. Next is something that I added because I'm terrible at doing my own hair. Yeah. So I am in awe of people who can blow dry and round brush their hair at the same time. I can do a lot of very fine motor things with my hands. I knit, I can pipette and take off caps with tubes, but I don't have the muscle skills to be able to do that in a way that makes my hair look nice. And I do love it if I can put my hair up on like curlers or blow dry it and then get all of the ends facing the same way, as opposed to what they want to do on a regular basis, which is some flip under and some flip out. So the idea of having something that can blow dry and round brush in the same unit seems really cool. Again, I have these things in separate things. So I have a foundation, an actual foundation. It is the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Foundation. The description said that this was lightweight, which is why it's in here. Tom Ford had a tremendous selection of light shades, which is something that I appreciate because I am just on the paler side of skincare. So a lot of times, or of makeup. So a lot of times I can't find a shade that fits me, or that fits me with the right undertones. To go along with that, in my fantasy world, I have picked up the Makeup Forever Buffing Foundation Brush 112. This looks like a chubby foundation brush of my dreams. It looks densely packed, it has a nice shape to it. It looks like something that I could just happily buff on my face for a while and feel delightful. I do love a good quality brush. I've got two more things and then we'll end because this is kind of a long video for me. and I can see that the quality of light is changing because it's getting late. The next product is the Marc Jacobs Beauty Highliner Gel Eye Crayon Eyeliner, and I've put the color Plumage or Plum Age in my Sephora cart. I'm actually wearing the burgundy version today. This formula is fantastic. It is very expensive for an eyeliner, but it goes on so smooth. It doesn't dry out, and the colors are really great. So the one that I put in my fantasy basket is a really lovely purple color, which I do enjoy with my green eyes. They're complementary and it really sets it off. Purple's also my favorite color. No one should be surprised. The last product that I have in my fantasy basket is the Sunday Riley A+ High Dose Retinol Serum. I have used some retinoid products from The Ordinary, and I really liked them. I think that they did help my skin look a little bit better. It's the only word that I can think of right now. Not more youthful, but a little bit better, a little bit more refined. And Sunday Riley is a brand that I've always wanted to try, I never have. So I figured why not get a 1-2 punch on that. So that is my fantasy Sephora basket. If you want to go through this, it's a fun little exercise. I mean, don't go crazy, don't actually check out, but it's interesting to say, what would I do if I had some extra money lying around that I had to spend at Sephora. And you know, it was fun. It was a challenge. Like I said, I really was in a mindset of conserve, buy responsibly. So it was kind of an exercise in stepping outside of responsible, telling myself that I should do this, to build this basket of things that I will never buy, which sounds silly when I say it out loud, but there you go. It is what it is. And that's trite, but you know, I don't have an explanation for the way that my mind works sometimes, and I think most people will struggle with that sometimes. You know, they won't be able to figure out exactly what's holding them back. And in this case, it was just a bit of fun. And I did need to have a quiet moment with myself where I said, hey, this isn't serious. You're not promoting something. You're not actually going to spend this money. So why not sit down and do it? So let me know what you think. Are any of these products interesting to you? Of the ones that I've used, if you would like to hear more about it, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.